Welcome to the Seven Crosses series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up on the 25th of June 1992. Now, before we get started, I need to talk about a couple of things. The first one is an apologies for the sound of my voice. My cold seems to have got into my nose, which is also giving me a little bit of a sore throat. And for that reason, this video probably won't be the full hour. It'll probably be about 45 minutes long. Now, the second one is probably a bit more cheerful, and what the devs have done is they've now delivered the 0.8.519 update. This is the update that they promised in the community report 41, where they're going to add, where they're going to give us the option to put up what you could call them Christmas lights. Actually, in fact, I'll call them Christmas lights. What these lights are, they're actually in here. And what you've got is a whole series of them of different colours. I think some are bulbs and some are strip lights. And what we're going to what you need to do, they don't take any resources. You can quite literally just string them across like this. And we'll put a double string across onto this building here, and we're kind of put different versions up just to see. Actually, we'll probably put one here. Now, be aware that these do consume electricity, but they're not completely free. That's great, and we've got green already, haven't we? And you can, and I'm not sure what the difference between them are. I think maybe one is static lights, you've got yellow lights, and you've got flashing lights here like that. In fact, these kind of, it's like these flash slowly across the whole line. This has got pulsing lights, and this is just static lights. What you can also do, and this is where I'm going to make a complete idiot of myself, is you can actually draw them on the front of buildings as well, like this. I'm not going to try and do anything too elaborate. You can kind of put a kind of wave on the front like this. Now, when you're actually got this tab enabled, these lights come on. If you click off it, they disappear. Now, they will light up automatically between the 1st of December and the 15th of January. And that includes during the day as well, but I'm not sure whether if we put the day-night cycle on that they would actually show up. Well, obviously they would be on during the Christmas period. I don't have any other Christmas period, but if you want to see them any other time, just click on this tab and then they light up. But be aware they do consume electricity, so it's they don't need any resources to build, but they do consume electricity. So I wouldn't recommend going too much over the top with them. And beyond that, they have no effect. They don't produce happiness or anything like that. Anyway, so that's a quick demonstration of that update. Now, moving on, what I'd like to say is a big thank you for your comments and feedback. And as usual, you guys give me so much to think about. Now, I did get a very interesting comment about different gameplay styles, and what part of the comment mentioned, working to fully optimizing a economy. And I'll be completely honest, I'd love to build a fully optimized economy. In fact, one day I might even go for that series, but I will promise you it would drive you guys nuts, because unfortunately I have a bit of a dark streak which likes chaos. If I started to build an optimized society, it won't be long before that dark streak will kick in, and I will introduce some chaos into the actual gameplay. And this is one of the reasons why when I'm playing city building games, I kind of take a real life approach to the way I build things, because I know that my towns will evolve over time, and as I fix mistakes and make changes. If I'm completely honest, this is the game style I like, working to get an efficient system but not optimized, but at the same time having a little bit of chaos in there as well, because sometimes when things go wrong, it actually makes the game quite interesting. Now, what I want to do in this part is I've got a few ideas that I want to try. I want to plan out our new mining village, but I'm just about to start with an update of where we are. And we'll start with my favourite subject, which you guys like to talk about, is the construction office here. I'll just make sure he's still doing four jobs. Over here, all this area here now, all the track is laid. It's fully electrified. And what I'm going to be working towards is, what I've done is I've set the helicopter crews to build the fire station out here, and we're going to build this platform here. And what I'm thinking is to get a few workers out here to man the fire station, so that I can then start putting some vehicles in here that will allow me to start building up this area here. Now the train that was working in down in that area is now been set to work up here, because I need to build this tunnel here. But at the same time, we got another train working here, because what I want to do is get the track into this area, well, up round here, but specifically into this area for a reason I'll explain in a little while. Now what I might do is do a little bit of a spur here, but this whole section in this area, what I'm thinking is that I'm going to build that with the construction office that will be up here. So effectively what this guy will do is build his own way out to the mainline track. Now the reason I want to push up here is because I'm looking at this area here, and I'm starting to think, well, we got buses, we got the potential to bring workers out here. So what I would like to do is actually create a forward construction area here, because we got this ability here where I can actually, if I can see if we can do it, large aggregate office over. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Right, because of course I destroyed that small, the one I was using for doing the leveling. This one I took down, didn't I? That's annoying. Teach me, won't it? I think what I could do is, if I can get a green slot here, we're gonna have to try and. I mean, I'd like to build a reasonable. I don't think we need a massive one, but we would need it to turn green, wouldn't we? Okay, this is going to be. To me, I've got to rebuild the mini office here. Will it build here? But the trouble is, there's no road connection here. We could build it over here. Or maybe if I build a. Maybe build a small construction office here. In fact, let's go back to our roots and build a. I haven't built a vanilla construction office, but it's basically the same, isn't it? Right, I think what we're going to do is we're going to put a vanilla construction office here, because it occurs to me that we're going to need to build additional industry in here. So having a small construction office here can support the growth of this town, and then we can then put in our construction area in industry in here. If we can get lots of gravel in, I can always bus in the cement and the bitumen to put an asphalt plant in here. In fact, we could possibly put a helicopter pickup point as well. So this is something I want to do in this area. So we're going to need to get that done. Over here, I would really like to start planning out this village, which we're going to come back to in a little while, simply because I want to put the prison out here. First things first, we need to come back round here, and I'll just keep with the updates. The track lane in this area is going quite well. I think he's now on the back curve here. I just want to just make sure. That looks like we might have lost the job in this area, so we might need to check that. Looks like that. Nope. In fact, it looks like he's going that way. Let me just cancel that. I don't want him going that way for the moment. I want this back curve built over here to get over to here. I want you to come back this way. Go into here and right the way round back, build this bit here. Now the other train should be quite happily working at long distance. So as the construction office, just make sure we got 4. Yeah, we've got all 4 going now. Bring up the map and show you out here. The train out here, if I can find him, is not that way. He's going this way. So this guy's making good progress. I'm quite happy for him to get out around this back loop. So that's going to be our first target, is to get this back loop to build in this area here. Now the other thing I'm considering, and I'm being open to opinions on this, is putting another rail construction office here, because we've got tucked in here, if I can make the connection, we're going to have gravel there because we're going to have this unloaded station, although we could take it off of here. And then what that will do is we can deliver gravel here. We'll have an open store to bring in other materials as well. Of course, we need to build this line in. And then what we'll be able to do then is possibly move the trains up to here. And what that will mean is that they won't have to come all this long distance out to build out this infrastructure here. So that's the idea, because we've got a lot of track delay, and the shorter the distance the construction trains have to travel, the better. Up here, things are coming together with our oil wells, but one of the problems is that because I've got so much going on, is the effect of the steel. Now, if you watch the previous video, this farm here, which is just to the north of our clothes manufacturing, came online in the last part, and I actually said about not actually getting any crops out of this cycle. But what I actually did off camera is I bought these sorry, come on, you can do it, game. I bought these tractors. You can see I bought 6 of them, and they went absolutely ballistic. And just to show you, and they are really quick tractors. I mean, just to show you what they are, I don't know if the profile here, you can see they've actually got a maximum road speed of 35 kilometers an hour, but they've got a really fast ploughing speed. I think they're a modded tractor. So what I've done is I've actually put in all the necessities here to actually do some harvesting, and this is actually finished, but we don't need to rush just yet for this, because we've got a massive kind of 8,000 ton capacity here. So what we can do is just let this go, and that will give us even more crops. We're going to have so many crops, I just don't know what to do with them all eventually. Did I mention, I've forgotten, because I'm floating, I want to get the construction crew into here so that we can start building this, because there's no point having lots of nicely laid out track if we're not going to use it. But what I really would like to do is build up a bit of money, because I'm just about to spend a small fortune. Because what I want to do is we get back to here. We're going to come into here, and I want to buy another train. Electric locomotive. Now this train's going to run from Knife Edge all the way out to Stilton, and it's going to carry food. But if I blow 4 million on, I want something that's going to move quick, because that line's going to be, I don't want it getting cluttered. I think we'll buy you, and then I think all I'm going to need is 2 box cars. Yeah, I think we'll have like 2 box cars. And what I want this train to do is he's going to pick up from here, and he's going to pick up just food, and he's gonna go, he should be able to get into here, and then you're gonna unload, wait until loaded. You can carry 69 tons of thing, but I only want you to load about, well, 50%, no, maybe less than that, 30%. And he's going to load. Now I did notice that the other train was still sat in the depot. Let me just, oh no, he's going. Right, so we're just going to find that train. Now the main reason I've given him extra capacity is the fact that I may want to use him for other forms of delivery eventually. But at the moment, all I want him to do is get enough food into Stilton so that I don't have a bit of a food crisis, which is, I came very close in the last winter to having a little bit of a food crisis. That's probably the polite way of saying it. So he's going to Look at that. So there's, yeah, I think 27 tons would be quite nice. And then he can kind of rush along here, follow him again. Because of course he's going to go up into a section of track where the construction trains are going to be working. Wow. Now it goes. He should hang a left here, go up into the station under the bridge and into here. And I'm not sure. He's going to do 2 trips before he walks out. Okay, that's good. I'm not worried. That gets us 27 tons of food into here. Make sure, yep, I did set that. And what I need to do now is change this construction. And you're going to deliver food to there as well. Now, as far as I know, these should be well stocked. I don't know, it's not that well stocked. Just check the settings. This is 100%. Not with these guys. Maybe it just takes them a little while to work it out. What that will... Oh, yeah, because you're going to need to deliver to the orphanage here, which is full. And what that will mean is that if I can find this truck, Colville deliveries. What I want to do now is hopefully we're going to remove you. Yeah. We've got to leave that there. Thank you, game. What is this called? Stilton. Where are you? There we are. I'm going to remove you as well. What that will mean is that we'll no longer be hauling the trucks. The big trucks will no longer have to haul the food up to here. And what we'll do is, oh, these guys have woken up now, so. And what they will do is keep the food into here and in the orphanage. And I've already done the close, so that means that this area now is looking good. The only thing we're going to need to do is keep an eye on the food situation here. But of course, because we're no longer using this as a forward push to Stilton, what this should do is fill up, and then eventually the train here will. You can see he's got 24 tons. So what that means is that we should not get a food shortage in either Colville or Stilton, as long as we can keep the food flowing out of this area here. So that is that bit done. Just to show you what's going on over this side of the map, we've got Politan is okay, it's just kind of trundling through, doing its own thing. We're working towards getting the cableway here built, and then over here in our new tourist town, things are going slowly but surely. But I'm not too worried because I've realised that I haven't really laid the power into this area yet as well. So there's no point worrying about too much here because we need to get the power into this area here. I think what we can do now is just get over to this village because I want to do a little bit of work. What's that there? What are you? I started fiddling here with a cableway, but I don't think I actually finished it because I wasn't too sure where I wanted to put it. So what I'm going to do is just knock this down. This was and I was experimenting with, because I thought, because my new conversion to cableways, and I think this is always the problem when you get picked up on something totally new, you start to get a little bit obsessed about it. And I think we can just get rid of you. I can. I've got the cable station in there. I don't know where the road's going to come out. So I'm going to slow the game down a little bit. I need time to think a little bit now about what. I think if I can put that there. Bring a road down to there. Got a road there. We can put a footpath, probably a footpath through to there. So that connects up the two, what we call it. I suppose I could put the cable station next to this platform here, because this platform isn't going to be quite so important. If we put a cable, yeah, I think I will put a. We're going to put a big cable station in. Let me just see if I flip that. Flip the other way. We're probably going to have to do it like this, aren't we? I think akin to. I mean, I could put it here, but I think it might be better. Kind of want to aim in that direction, don't we? So we can get a straight cable line. Yeah, I think if we put it there, bring you out to there, accept that, and then what we could do is kind of bring a road connection path, but path in just like that. That means we can connect that up and connect that up. We can put some houses there. It becomes fun time. Make sure. I can never remember. It's not really clear about, and of course we're going to need to up that. Just make sure we're aiming in the right direction. We're probably going to need. Yep. Can I go across the centre of a crossroads? Right, we may have to go that way, so if we turn it that way. Yeah, we can't get across the central. Is that connected? Yeah. We turn it that way. When we can get cable way in there. Just to make everything go a bit quicker. We'll use gravel. That. And you can go into there like that. What that will mean is that the workers from here can get to both these iron mines from our little village here. So we'll just accept the roads there. And this bus platform, so I've got two bus platforms in here now. One will be used for university students to come down here to learn. And then the bigger one will be used to send workers to the prison and things like that. So we've now got here, I can't remember what I was building, we've got our corner market here. Oh, just had a bit of a coughing fit, apologies for that. So we've got our little store here. What are we thinking of in terms of the workforce in here? Now I've got no idea how much we're going to need for prisoner staff, but I think it's fossil fuels. Fossil fuels. Where's the? Is this? Oh, it's metallurgy, isn't it? So we got 250. So we'd need about 1,000 workers. So we're looking at a population of about 2,000. So we don't really need to go all out for a full-size hospital, do we? We just need a clinic. We can. Where's the hospitals? Well, I can always add another clinic as we go. I used to have quite a nice one in here that treated a lot of people. It was quite a. Wow. I think I've used that before, haven't I? That's quite impressive, actually. It looks I think that's one that I've used in the past. Don't really want a wooden building. Oh, we got this Sauna Hospital here, 700. Wow. Actually, that's not... Yeah, true. It's a little bit OP, but what I'm thinking... I actually quite like the idea of that one, even if it is amount of patients, 700. I think that... No, I actually want something a bit modern, actually. This one... This one may not... Got no vehicle slots. That's no good. Oh, we've got a downtown clinic here. Here we are. This looks a bit more modern. In fact, we could probably just slide it in here rather than take up that corner space. If we just slip it in there, people can get a checkup before they go to work. So we've now got that there. And as I think, as I previously mentioned, I want this to look a fairly modern city. I don't want this to look old. Come into here, but at the same time I want something that looks in scale. I don't want something that's going to be actually, for the fun of it, what we're going to do is, again, it's something I haven't done for a little while. Medium residence 97, 73, maybe something a little bit bigger. The only thing I don't like about these ones is that the roads, see if we can put in some, actually if I put in a road through there like that, and then just accept that, come in here, what was it, the one I was looking at, 189 workers, and if we say for example we're just put in block there, try and leave enough space between for the footpath. Then what we can do, put another one, a pair just on this side, just square that up a little bit. Create a little bit of an effect like this, and then we can do the same on this side, so like that, and that means we can put another road in like that. What we'll do is we'll got this road here, so we come out like that. That's going to be a bit messy, but that'd be okay. That would come that way. If we put 4 rows like this, what is it? Large ones, isn't it? We'll just spin that round. Oops. We've got our main kind of area here. Going out like that. It's a little bit wonky, but that'd be okay. And then what we could do is we're going to need some kind of service blocks on this side. So let me just, again, we're just going to stick with vanilla. Maybe we're putting a couple of, oh yeah, look at that. We can maybe put in some smaller blocks on this side like this. So what we could do is create a little bit of a crescent like that going round there, so it's not, we're not getting something that's, oops, no. Yeah, you can come in like that. And stop about there. You can probably split the difference there, and then what we'll do is then got here, so we can put another kind of gap there. Put another one just there. And maybe, oh, we can get a couple more around the outside here as well. That we can put in like that. So that will create our little mining village. Just accept this road here. And then we can, I think we'll make ourselves into a, let's see, you can call this Vanilla Town. We can put a school just on the end here. Probably, yeah, we'll put the school just there. And we're going to need a kindergarten as well. So we can kind of tuck a kindergarten on the side on this side. And maybe we'll, no, these roads haven't been built. In fact, I think I've just messed this road up, haven't I? Just check. I think I might have just blown this road up. Yep. Oh well, that's the way it goes. And the game will probably be complaining now that, but that's fine. And then what we can do is put in various other bits of structure sport in this area as well. So this will build up our little town here. Yeah, maybe we'll put in an area here when it's right on the edge of this bit here. Yeah, I mean, that's something to think about. So we're going to make this into our little mining village there. What we need now is just to have a zip round and see what's going on. This statue here, yeah, steel shortage, isn't that a surprise? Not totally unexpected. It looks like the harvest has started here. And I think we still probably got, yeah, we still got 3,000 tons of crops in here. So we're going to need to try and get the crops out of here a bit quicker. But then again, if it all feel, oh, then we've already harvested in some of these here. Has the harvest started up here yet? No. So it might, so we may lose some crops here because of the winter cycle. But there's nothing we can do about that. Would like to start planning this area. What I'm thinking in this area is we're going to make food, but I'm also considering that if I can get enough crops into this area, what we'll do is we'll also make this into our main alcohol production area as well. I know I'm built, oops, oh god, turn all that off. I know I've put enough my alcohol factory down here, which we've got, which we're starting to put together actually quite nicely. How is you going? He's probably stealing all the steel, isn't he? I think we can build that for the moment. Possibly get that there going. Oh, that reminds me. Sorry for dashing across the map again. We've got our first pub open, which is here. You can see we've got 7.5 tons of alcohol now. I don't know if it's having any effect on the. Can we see the effect of alcohol? So it's still 1% across the board. So I don't think the alcohol is having that much effect at the moment. See what here? There's 1% alcohol, so it's not really causing a major problem at the moment. But I think that will grow because this is only a small pub. You see, there's only a few people, and of course it doesn't cover the whole of the area here, which is good. Coughing again, apologies. And actually it's just reminded me, is the pub finished in here? I can't remember where I built it. I think it was here, wasn't it? Yep, we got our little bit of a pub here. I think we'll do exactly the same as what we've got here. What we got, one of these are open holes. Got absolutely no idea where they came from. We'll buy a little covered hole. This guy doesn't have far to travel, so we don't really need to particularly that good. 82 kilometers an hour, 1.9 tons of alcohol. We'll go cheapskate with this guy. We don't really need something that's particularly massive. You need to pick up from here the hole. and your job is going to be to deliver to here alcohol, and you're going to wait until unloaded. And you going 7.5 tons, so he's going to get quite a lot of alcohol in here, isn't he? But that'll be okay. Missing some ingredients for cooking. That's an interesting observation, isn't it? Now, of course, getting these pubs up and running is really preparation for the next update. But it'd be quite interesting to see the effect that alcohol actually has on. Actually, let's see if it's. Thank you, game. It's going to be quite interesting to see you actually pulling health down. Although I wouldn't have thought the health it would be making that much impact at the moment. 89%, 99% now. I think it's the last chance to buy. So I think we're looking pretty good here. Just see. Got 27 tons of crops. Make sure this isn't draining out all my. Okay, so these guys are having to wait a little bit. Just make sure he is being told to wait until unloaded. Yep. Right, so we've got that now set up for winter. My helicopters are kind of hanging around here. It's steel, so I think what we can do is try and find them some jobs which don't involve steel. In fact, let's just get them on some little bit of road building, I think. You can assist there. I really need to. Well, actually, you can probably try and improve the situation a little bit here. In fact, you can assist with that as well. I mean, if they're waiting for steel to finish jobs, they might as well just stack them with lots and lots of. Actually, these gravel roads could be keep them out of mischief, won't they? So just literally stack everything up. Because just to keep them busy. In fact, where's the other one that we want built? This one here as well, isn't it? So you can do that as well. So what it would mean is the jolly old helicopters will be out and about getting things done while they're waiting for steel to come in as well. I think the problem is that this one is probably not. Well, he's got 12 tons of steel here. It's just. So I think we are kind of pushing the steel out. It's just a question of getting it delivered over there. Oh, that reminds me. Apologies. I think if you watch the last part, I kind of thought about building an area here for delivering mechanical components. It suddenly occurred to me that if I've got a steel mill here, this would be an ideal pickup point for steel for the helicopters. So what it would mean is that I'll be able to bring the steel into here, and then the helicopters can pick up from the steel from this point, which means that when this is actually up and running, we won't have a problem like I've got at the moment. So I think that would be quite worth looking at. I think I'm aware that I'm running out of time and my throat's starting to kind of give out a little bit. So we'll just have a quick Skype round, make sure everybody is doing their stuff. Of course, this guy's working on the tunnel. No. Where are you going? Oh, okay. I want to cancel you. I don't really want you going out that way just at the moment. What I wouldn't mind doing is getting into here. I think that's more important, because if I can get the train on the fuel depot, one, it means we'll be able to export bitumen, and the second one is that I can construction office. I can then ship fuel down to Knife Edge which means I won't have all those trucks running along the road in winter. What I want to do is get you going into here now. I'm not worried about this back curve. We can build that later on, but if we can get into here and put a little bit of a crossover here, that means I can get this branch open while all this is still being built. In fact, that way I might not even need a rail construction office here. We may have to look for somewhere else to put one. But I think that is good. Get that built. Although we're going to need to electrify this all the way out. Where's the... well, I've got the crossover there, so I can electrify all this line, which is good. Just kind of a little bit worried about them. Well, we are making a fair amount of money a month. What was that? Last chance to buy it. Okay. I think what I most likely will do is play through the winter, try and get this money back up again, and then what we could do is consider putting some vehicles into here to start building this area. I think that would be a good option. We just check the construction office in this area. Where are you? There you are. See, he's got lots and lots of things, but he's really a road crew. There's part of me that says we need to push this road crew out, because it's kind of not... I mean, it will build things at a pinch, but it doesn't have a crane or anything like that. What jobs have you actually got? You don't actually have that much there. And I'm just wondering if you can give an assist to that and that. Maybe we can get this guy doing a little bit of work as well. What have you got in here? You've got lots and lots of dumpers. I think, yeah, I'm going to just sort this out, and then that will definitely be the end of the video. We've got quite a lot of open holes for deliveries. What we got is these old dumpers. I think these guys can go and get back at a little bit of money. I think you're a little bit dated now. And so we got some open holes. What we really need here, we got one excavator. We got a roller. This is mainly a road crew, but and we got some buses. We've got 2 rollers, lots and lots of bulldozers. What I'm thinking, how many... Right, let me just... Oh, we got some open holes over here, haven't we? Let me just see. Right, we got an open hole here. Right, so by power crane. Just get you. Yep. And you. Whoops. You can deliver to over to here. What we do need is some concrete mixers, isn't it? So we're going to need some new concrete mixers so that we can deliver the concrete. Concrete mixers. What we got here? You got 75. You're at 89 tons. Right, we're going to get 1, 2, 3 of those. And what else do we need? We're going to need a covered hole as well, but I don't think I need a big one because we're only going to be delivering like electronics. We want fast and small. There we are. So get you back over to... That'll be electronics and mechanical components. Sorry, actually it's not. So you can get into here. You can get into there. I mean, it's still a bit of a hodgepodge, but I think if it will make sure I've got still got all the connections active, yes. So we got open holes to deliver steel. We got lots of dumpers that can do their own thing. Not sure why he's got asphalt 1.5 tons. We're just going to do that because you might be clogged up for other deliveries. That will allow us to start pushing out with that. And of course, more importantly, unlike the helicopters, we'll be picking, these guys can pick up the steel from this area. And since I've made this change, wow, since I've made this change here, this steel mill is going a little bit more efficiently. Of course, the problem is the time it takes to get the iron ore up here, but generally it's going quite well. We just need to get some more workforce into here as well, but that would be okay. Again, I've spent quite a lot of cash, but that's the way it is, and I think that I've definitely got to stop now because my voice is starting to break. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video, hope you found it interesting, and until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.